Okay, so we have another boat tour video. We are at Magnolia Beach, Texas, and we have Lesa and Lannis. Where are y'all from?
I'm from Texas. Lisa's from California.
California. And so what kind of boat do you have?
This is a Beetle Cat, kind of a famous boat from the early 1900s. They were real popular up in the Cape Cod area. John Beetle is the original designer of this boat. It's a traditionally built boat. They were built for kids, so
Really?
a kid could learn to sail these boats.
Where did you get this boat?
It was Wareham, Massachusetts, right?
Wareham, Massachusetts. It's from Nantucket, though. It sat on a mooring in Nantucket.
Wow.
We bought the boat used from an older gentleman. That what happens on these type boats is over time, the seams split, or during the off season they shrink. So the cotton gets loose in them. And this guy kind of got to the age where he couldn't maintain the boat.
Yeah.
But it's on a mooring, so every time he'd go out to go sailing, the boat would be swamped up to the coamings.
Oh, wow.
So he'd arrive to go sailing in the boat, and it's underwater, basically.
Holy moly. So
And he
this
just got tired of dealing with that.
It
and he
had been
wanted to sell it.
overcaulked, and so what had happened is several of the ribs, about 13 of the ribs, had broke and split. And so when we got it, it needed a full restoration.
Yeah.
So you said it's like very traditionally built?
Yeah.
It was.
So like I'm looking at the side of this hole and it looks as smooth can be. Like, is it fiberglass?
No.
It's not fiberglass, so what I did, we brought the boat home,
Yeah.
put it in the shop, and I basically tore the boat all the way down to
the
literally
deck off.
frames, which if you shine the camera in there, you'll see the frames up in front of the floorboards.
Oh, okay.
So I demoed the boat, I tore the deck off, all the side decks,
The coaming came out.
coaming, everything came out, including the centerboard case.
Yeah.
And I had a controlled environment to do all of this, so I stripped the boat down to planking and frames. That's
Wow.
when I discovered there were 13 broken frames in the boat.
Oh, wow.
So what that means,
But we knew we were going to redo frames because we bought.
yeah,
the
we
frame-
bought a set of
we bought
frames.
You can buy from Beetle Cat the frames already shaped, already steam
Already
bent.
steam bent.
And so we brought those home with us with the boat, knowing we were going to have to replace frames.
Wow.
What I
Holy
didn't
moly.
realize when I bought the boat is, until I got it home, the fairness of the hull, especially in the hard turn of the bilge, which is kind of this area you're
Where a lot of
filming.
the frames were broke.
The frames had broken, so there were knuckles. There were facets rather than being a smooth curve. It was faceted.
Wow.
And at that point, I started looking at the frames. I saw every break in the frames.
Huh.
So, the only way you can maintain the shape of the boat at that point, if you're going to be replacing frames, is you replace every other frame.
Huh.
So I would leave a frame fastened and then unscrew all the screws, and a Beetle Cat is screwed together with bronze screws. So I would find the screw heads, and if this frame was good,
Yeah.
I'd go to the next frame and unscrew all the screws out of it, and then I could pull the frame out of there. So I did that for every other frame. There's 24 sets of frames in this boat. So I removed 12 of the 24. And because the boat was so out of shape,
Yeah.
I took some metal straps, and when I would put a new frame in, it would kind of pull the boat back into shape. In the frame bay right beside it, here, let me pull this floorboard out and you'll get a better view of what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
So if I replaced this frame,
Yeah.
and this frame was still in here, I had metal straps that was all the way up the bottom of the hull, temporary, and I screwed those down, which reshaped
hold
the
the
hull.
shape.
On the
That-
outside?
Inside.
From the
Oh,
inside,
in the inside.
From the
to the
inside.
outside.
Wow.
I did that in every other frame bay, and as I began to replace and put new frames in, they would maintain the fair shape of the hull instead of that faceted shape that I
Because we
had.
got that would pull
It
out.
straightened it out.
It would pull out those facets, the knuckles.
Here's the difference, though, and this is key. Because in New England, these boats sit on a mooring.
Yeah.
They're not made to be trailer sailed. So this boat sits on a mooring, and it'll have 10 or 15 gallons of water in the bottom of the boat all the time. That's normal. Because that water swells the hull, and it'll only hold so much water, and then it's good.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, they sweat them in.
Right.
Yeah.
So they
So
basically
my
don't-
process, the change I made was, I'm towing this boat all over Texas, and it's got to be rigid. So these frames are epoxy glued. So that meant sanding the entire interior of this boat. Since the deck is off, I got in there with a mini grinder
Yeah.
and sanded all the paint completely off the boat. And everywhere I pulled a frame, so if I pull this frame out, I could sand this entire frame bay
Yeah.
with my mini grinder, get it down to raw wood.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also sanded the exterior of the hull, which was white cedar, eastern white cedar,
It still
sanded
is.
it all the way down to raw wood. So when I'm through with this process, I've got a completely raw boat, inside and out.
Yeah.
All the deck is off, all the furniture is out of the boat. So I have access, even here where there's a deck now, I could get all up in there and
Well, we
work on
pulled
that.
all the deck off and all the framing for the deck.
Right. So see, this deck has deck beams all through the deck area here, and even side deck frames.
Yeah.
And if you reach up under here, you can feel those.
Okay.
But none of that was on the boat when I did all this
We
work.
pulled all that and saved it because we wanted to keep as many original parts as we could
Yeah.
and leave them in. It's like all of the siding is still original.
The
How-
planking.
The planking's
Yeah.
original planking.
So after all of this process, you get the boat down to raw. So the next step after that is sealing, and I did the interior first, just rolled epoxy. The whole interior of the boat's rolled out with epoxy. So
Okay.
the wood is now sealed. It's no longer going to be a
It's
boat
sealed
that
inside
sweats
and out.
and leaks.
I got you.
Minimally.
Yeah.
So the whole boat is sealed on the inside. Now the next issue is I think there's 8 or 9 planks on a Beetle Cat per side.
Yeah.
So, and it's caulked with cotton caulking. I had to reef cotton out of every seam on the boat. So I had a little putty knife with a little hook on it,
Yeah.
and I just went down the boat, opening the seams up. I actually took my skill saw and got in the seam. Ultimately, all the caulking came out of the boat.
Okay.
So you see every perfect plank line on this boat.
Very interesting.
So at that point, what we do is we bought some fiberglass rope, and I bought various thicknesses of it.
Yeah.
Some supplier in Arizona, I don't remember now. And what I did is I took a gutter, like a house gutter, and Lisa and I are out there together. She's at the stem, I'm at the stern. We dipped up
Soak the rope.
fiberglass rope in epoxy resin. She's at the front and I'm at the back, and we walk up to like the plank line and pull the epoxy,
Into
the
the seam.
fiberglass rope into the plank seam.
So what you did is modernize this boat.
Modernized.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Wow.
Made it to where it's a day sailor that you can trailer to wherever you're going to sail. Then after all the rope cures, we use a fabric called Zinol, and if you zoom in real close, Will, you'll see, maybe the camera will show it. See the texture on the deck?
Yes.
That's a polyester fabric that's pretty well known, and the neat thing is it mimics a canvas deck, which is the way these boats were originally built.
These boats they lay canvas on them and they paint the canvas and it cures to the deck. And so to keep that look, we used the Zinol on the deck and left it without fairing it out. So
and
that
it kind of gives it a
the
non-skid
canvas-
texture, so
Wow,
it's
that
not
is
slippery.
so neat.
But on the hull, after we put it on, we fair it with we mix in cotton, just different
Yeah, like
silica.
a West System filler.
Yeah.
I think it's called 405 or 205. I don't remember the proper name of it. But then you come back and it's the same fabric
You
here
feel the
Yeah.
as here,
weave.
but you put an epoxy putty on and ferret it out, and then it becomes real smooth, as if it's a fiberglass boat.
So this is not fiberglass.
But
It's
there's
not
no
fiberglass.
fiberglass.
It's a polyester fabric saturated in epoxy resin.
Holy moly, that is so wild.
And then
So-
the next step, I want the boat to look like a traditional Beetle Cat. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, we've lost the plank lines.
Yeah.
So anybody that knows anything about these boats knows something has been done to this boat to change it.
Yeah.
But these boats are painted with Kirby paints, which is a famous, how
It's
old
a
are they, Lisa?
175-year-old company that's family owned.
Unbelievable
George
company up in
Kirby
New
paint.
Bedford, Massachusetts. And Beetle Cat uses Kirby paint on these boats.
Wow.
We've come to find out what good paint it is. And all it is house paint. It's an oil-based house paint.
Mm-hmm.
And we love their paint. The colors are neat. So we've been using Kirby paint on all of our boats ever since we've been building them. It's very high quality paint. And when it's all said and done, obviously these rub rails, well, these are not the original rub rails, but they're made to mimic them.
Yeah.
It is white oak, just like the Beetle Cat uses.
The coaming is original coaming. We
That-
put it back in the boat.
That is original.
That's the
That-
original coaming.
That is amazing. Like, let me come around here. I want to get a shot of that. This combing is amazing.
And that is steam bend, obviously, because it's white oak. And these are, now you can purchase new combings, but because this combing was really in pretty good shape, I wanted to kind of save some of the patina. You can see my plugs where the original fastenings were.
Yeah.
I just plugged those. I did refinish these as to the best of my ability. And I think it's neat that some of the patina remains on the boat, you know.
Yeah.
One of the neat things about this boat, when we took the canvas off the deck and we were going to remove the deck boards, on one of the deck boards, somebody, the builder, one of the builders had wrote on the board, and it was 1990, this is 1995, right?
1995.
He wrote, "This is my last deck board for 1995."
Oh, wow.
And so it was, and signed it. And so it was really cool to see that.
That
on
is-
it.
He had written it in pencil on the
pencil.
on the deck
Oh, wow.
board itself. It
That
was
is
pretty
so
neat.
cool. So this is a centerboard boat?
It is.
Or-
Now, I did modify the center board on the Beetle Cat. It is a timber. I would imagine it's white cedar.
Yeah.
We don't really have good access to white cedar here in Texas, so this is a marine plywood centerboard case.
Yeah.
And if you look, that centerboard goes way further up into the boat.
Oh, wow.
So the pivot pin is way up here.
Yeah.
I was able to reuse the actual, that is the Beetle Cat centerboard on the boat.
Yeah.
And this centerboard board does kind of mimic, the case does mimic the Beetle Cat. It is a little bit different though. But we've used as many parts as we could possibly use, you know, to replicate it. There are some changes. We do have the gaff rig that came with this boat.
have the
And a Beetle
original
Cat is it's a gaff rig boat.
Oh, okay.
But because this boat is designed again to be on the mooring,
Yeah.
it's a complicated rig to set up. It takes Lisa and I together close to an
5
hour
minutes, yeah.
to set the rig up.
So what rig is on this boat?
So what happened is after having the boat for a couple of years, and because we sail with friends and most people have simple boats that are easy to rig,
Yeah.
I decided, I've always been a fan of a luxel.
Yeah.
I decided to create a new rig for this boat. So this is an exact replica of the Beetle mast that comes with the boat,
Okay.
but Lisa has gotten very proficient at sewing sails,
Yes, she is.
and I called my friend Dana and asked him what he thought about putting a lug sail rig on this boat,
Yeah.
and he thought, man, if that's what you want, go for it, you know. So here's the difference. With a Beetle sail, with their traditional rig, she and I together spend an hour setting the rig.
Yeah.
With this rig, we drive up
Quick and easy.
5 minutes and we're in the water sailing.
I could
So-
understand that.
So we made that change,
Yeah.
and
you
the
made-
boats, I believe the boat sails as close to the same as a Beetle Cat possibly could. and we've enjoyed it. That's a bird's mouth scarf in that mast because the first one I made wasn't. The sail ended up being bigger than I had planned for,
Yeah.
so I had to lengthen the mast, which means I had to add that a little bit of extra length, which made it become a bird's mouth scarf to lengthen the mast long enough to fit my rig.
So is this mast, is it fiberglass?
No, it's Douglas fir with about 8 coats of varnish on it. But there's one source here in Houston now. It used to be easy to get Douglas fir,
Yeah.
but Stallman Lumber is a company in Houston now that you can buy good, and obviously you can see that's clear fir.
Wow.
There's no knots in that wood whatsoever.
That is so cool. So is the inside of the boat has a the boards that are on the inside the
That
floor.
is called ceiling.
Is
Isn't
this
that odd?
And
It's on the
that's
floor, but it's
original.
called ceiling. That is the ceiling that came with the boat when we bought
it's
it.
original?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Wow.
all of that came off in the restoration process, and I was very careful not to damage it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, when it all went back together, the ceiling fit. And,
Yeah.
So that's original parts of the boat.
So there's some hardware on this boat that's really cool looking. Is this original?
That is awesome because yes, that's a Traveler, and that's silicon bronze, which is what Beetle Cat puts on their boats.
Yeah.
So that's really good quality hardware. The pintles, I mean the gudgeons right there, that's also silicon bronze.
Wow. I don't even know how you even put that in there. That's crazy.
And all that is a screw eye, and this is a white oak transom.
Yeah.
So it's really good, strong wood. And these screw eyes just screw in. And then the rudder, let me show you the rudder because it's really,
Yeah.
oh, it's up front.
Oh,
We don't
that.
wanna-
Well, we'll get it.
Yeah,
We'll get it in a
next
second. And so this is original hardware too.
That is, yep. That's for the head stay for the gaff rig on the Beetle Cat. But since we don't use the gaff rig anymore, that's just redundant bow fitting, stem head fitting there that we don't even
And
use.
some beetle cats have the
Shrouds.
shrouds, but not all of them.
Yeah.
So when we did this, we did not. We didn't do shrouds because we don't need them.
It had shrouds when I bought the boat, but Michelle from Beetle Cat, who is the sales lady there, she said that the shrouds actually do damage to these boats.
Really?
Because they're traditionally built, and because of that, it's not a solid hull like this. Is all epoxy glued. It's rock solid. The Beetle Cats have a little bit of movement in them because of the way they're built, and the original Beetle Cats didn't have shrouds. But this is a racing class sailboat. They race these things. And because of that, people wanted the advantage of having shrouds to improve the performance of the boats.
Yeah. Interesting. And you have I see you have like a removable, I think it's a removable motor mount.
Yeah, all of our friends that we sail with,
You know-
we've all gotten old and lazy, and some days you go sailing and the wind is contrary and you can't get to some of the places we like to go.
I know what you're talking about.
For rowing.
So outboard motors, especially the 2.5s,
Yeah.
there's Hondas and there's Suzukis now,
Yeah.
and we've gotten to the point where we can put a little outboard on here, and if the wind is contrary, or if we get in some kind of trouble,
Yep.
we can get home without the sail.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking. Well, hey, Lesa, Lannis, I would like to thank you for giving us a tour of your Beetle Cats.
You're welcome.
Very, very cool. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
It's a beautiful boat. You guys are amazing. Very cool.